Don't worry, you're not alone. Many of us feel like our minds just won't stop. The racing thoughts, the anxiety, maybe stuff from the past showing up again. Well, what if I told you some basic guitar and some breath work can help you put all that to rest right now? It does sound a little too simple, too good to be true, but it's not, because I've been there. Anxiety, trauma, PTSD, and addiction. Here's the good news. It's not difficult action. It's just consistent action. Usually about 5 to 10 minutes a day, sometimes more, but it's something that I do daily, and it's working. I used to think I was going to have to live with it. The non-stop anxiety, simplicity is a powerful tool. So if you've been around my channel long enough, you know that I talk a lot about the anxiety stuff. But from here on out, I want to focus on the solution, simplicity. So for this drill, we're only going to use a couple of notes, and I'm going to be in the G chord position. I like to use my fingers like this. If you're brand new to guitar, most people learn like this, but I like using my fingers like this because it just frees up some more options later on down the line. So you find the G position that works best for you. And we're going to be using string 6 and string 5. This is not about learning the song Redemption Song by Bob Marley. It's not about walking away from here feeling like you didn't get it. It's about finding a system for you, a simple system, where you walk away feeling calmer than you did when you pressed that button. Okay, so we're going to keep it relatively simple, and I'm going to try to stay in the 6 and 5 string zone in the G chord, and I'm going to match my breathing with my guitar technique. That'll make more sense in just a second. Here's how we do it. First, find your G chord. Breathe in and get comfortable with the G chord position, knowing that we're going to be breathing, picking, and strumming in that G chord position. What really seems to help me is to be mindful of the sound and the feel. Here's what I mean. Close your eyes. Breathe in, strum. Can you hear your guitar ring? Can you hear the strings vibrate? You can achieve a state of calm anywhere, but you got to stick with it. So we're on that G chord, and I'm going to try to pair my breathing and my rhythm. So I rock a little bit because I'll find a flow eventually. We are on the 3rd fret, 6th string, G note. We are on the 5th string, 2nd fret, B note. G. That's an open A to B. G, A, B. The message here that I hope to convey is that it's like building blocks. So we don't need to go through the whole riff. All we need to do is find a pattern that we can repeat for a couple of minutes to get into like a rhythmic flow. And so I'm going to stay on those notes. That was a G, A, B. And then I know the riff, so I'm going to try to not get carried away here. But the beauty of it is when you do get into a really calm state of mind where your awareness kind of spikes, you'll probably figure the riff out all by yourself. I did that with some Pink Floyd songs also, and I realize I'm not doing it perfect, but that's not the deal. You have to find something that works for you. That's where the gold lies, so to speak. That's the reward. So try it once. We're on the G chord. You can modify. You can ditch the pick and use your thumb. If this is too easy for you, then you can really get mindful and focus on which part of your fingers are you using. For me personally, I want to try to get those little lines closer to the tips of my fingers. I'll be a better guitarist for it. Since I am using a pick, I might even try to alternate pick. That's where you go down, up, down, up. The bottom line is you don't want to walk away from this exercise feeling like you didn't do it good enough. You want to walk away feeling like you learned a little something new. You got calmer in the process. Trauma and anxiety can like short circuit your brain. You get stuck in fear loops, but simple music like this plus breathing can bust you out of that loop. It's like a reset button. You really are creating a new path in your brain. You're sending yourself a message. I can calm down all by myself. I have a solution. And the best part is even though I prefer to use guitar to do it because I want to get better at guitar, you can do this anywhere, in your car, on a walk, wherever you happen to find yourself at the moment. So let's try it again. And don't fight any thoughts. You don't have to be good. You just have to try to find a rhythm and a pattern that you can repeat. A couple notes and a breath. For the next section of that riff, if you want to keep going, your ring finger is going to go to string 5 and hit the C note, or it's the 5th string, 3rd fret. And then it's an open D, or I lied, E, A, D. Oh, let's try that again. Awesome. Okay, this is a good thing to use as a coaching point. You are in the 2nd fret for this whole thing, with the exception of hammering on to the 3rd. Let me play it without thinking so much. You'll see what I mean. So I stayed in fret 2 and a little bit of fret 3. Again, I know I'm not playing it perfectly, but that's not the point. The point is to find a pattern that you can repeat, and then once you're comfortable with that same pattern, then you can start to explore some other techniques. There's a hammer on here, and there's kind of like what you would call like a run. Five, 5th string, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open. So the more you do it, the more you repeat it, the more you'll start to get comfortable with something that's pretty familiar or pretty common. And there's basically your middle finger is going to kind of anchor, but your other fingers can kind of play a little bit. Here's what I mean. If you anchor that middle finger on the B note, you can hammer on the C and then let go of the B. So let's put those two combinations together, and then let's call it a day. And each time you build on that. So we learned this one. Now for the next part, we're just going to add the next layer of that riff. repeat that. So that's the drill. That first part of the redemption song riff. That's as far as you need to go. Something you can repeat on a consistent basis. Well, that's all for now. Of course, there's more to the song. If you're interested in more, just leave a comment and I'll teach more. I really wanted to leave you with just the basics of the drill, not the details of the song. If this did help you, subscribe and maybe check out some of my other course offerings. I've got some ebooks available, and I also teach a couple of classes on how you can use guitar to reduce your own stress and anxiety. All right, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you soon.